Hey friends, so I wanted to pop on here really quick because I am in the School of Spiritual Direction, and this is Tim Reese. He is my spiritual director, I guess you would say. My trainer in spiritual direction. And I've had a lot of people ask me, what is spiritual direction? I'm not really sure what this is. And so when I go to look online to just find some resources or a quick video to send someone, honestly, I just didn't find content that I felt was really clear or current or relevant to our current day. So I asked him if he would just give us a brief explanation, definition of what is spiritual direction.
Thanks, Megan. So spiritual direction is really a ministry of relationship, right? And companionship. And we're companioning together to discern the presence and activity of God in one's life. And sometimes we're discerning, where is God? How is God showing up in my life? How am I experiencing God? How is he experiencing me? And sometimes we're discerning actual decisions that maybe you are making in your life. But it's a way of paying attention in a very slow space as you, the directee, listens, and as the director listens, and what we're listening to and who we're listening to is actually the Holy Spirit. So it's a three-way mutual listening to the presence and activity of God. And we all come to places in our life where it's hard to kind of notice and even discern, like, what is God up to in my life?
So you're really not giving direction. It's really the Holy Spirit that's giving direction. You're just helping a directee discern what the Holy Spirit might want to say.
Yes, and I think that's really important, because I think sometimes we get caught up in this term spiritual direction. And that's why I love the term holy listening, because we really are learning how to be great listeners to the sacredness of our life with God. And our life with God is a sacred thing. Right? Like what's going on in our soul, in our very being, is a very sacred thing that's constantly going on 24/7. And so we are holy listeners, and the only thing that a director has is just some training that helps them notice and listen for particular things.
So good. So I'm in the School of Spiritual Direction because I had interest in sharpening these skills of question asking and being a better listener, giving less advice and less of the, oh, me too, one time, all of that, and just really helping people listen and discern. So if someone was interested in learning more about spiritual direction and maybe going through the certification to become a spiritual director, give just a really brief explanation and a snapshot of what that looks like.
Yeah. So we train through an organization called Sustainable Faith. And if there's just a kind of almost like an invitation you're sensing from God to be a better listener. And really that's a beautiful thing, because one of the things I realized that we all overestimate in our life is how good of listeners we are, right? And we all just overestimate that, right? So this is a training that really helps nuance and develop the presence we can bring to listening to someone's life with God. And so if somebody's interested in actually taking the training, they can go to www.sustainablefaith.com. And you can click on the School of Spiritual Direction, and that will begin to give you a good snapshot of what 2 years of training actually looks like. And it gives you locations and dates, it gives you cost, it gives you kind of the modules that you'll take, and there's 5 modules in each year. And you're only signing up for 1 year at a time, so it's not like you're committing to 2 full years offhand.
Yeah. And it's been so rich and just so formative on my own journey to Christ-likeness, and the content for anyone, even if you never want to be a practicing spiritual director, just for your own personal growth, in your relationship with Jesus.
Yeah, and I'm really glad you said that, Becky, because really, the heart of sustainable faith, at its core, is to continue to help create spaces that form the life of Christ in us. And why I love this training more than anything else is that, first and foremost, it's a journey of Christ being formed more and more in us. And then learning how to be a better holy listener is it's like icing on the cake.
Yeah.
And this is why I just love the content, the community, and the intimacy that is actually grown in these groups of anywhere from 6 to 10 people.
So good. Well, I hope that helps y'all. I know that we're going to have some more information about upcoming cohorts in our area, but just in general, if you have any interest, we would love to just tell you more about it. So, all right, friends, thanks for listening. Bye.